isn't it? So a equal to 1. This could be any constant value. So there is no problem at all. You can mention here a equal to pi. So in that case, you have to write pi, then you have to apply first bracket. Then you have to mention the b value because you don't know b value. But if you don't inside here b value, this software won't be able to find what is a b. So suppose b is equal to 1. So after doing this calculation, x value can be stored in a matrix form in this software. Okay, so you can get this x value if you go to workspace in the software. So x equal to 2 times pi, then plus 5 times b, isn't it? So you have to write this code very carefully. For multiplication purpose, you have to use a star symbol. And you already know pi can be written in this code by pi of first bracket. Similarly, ln e, that can be written like ln10, or this is natural logarithm, isn't it? And log base 10. So how do we write it? So you can write like this: log exp. Then here you can write log of 10. If I mention somewhere this one, log base 10 of 1, so what will be the answer? 0, isn't it? So if you want, you can um, write this code in this MATLAB software. Now we need to know what is an advantages, because we are going to use this software to solve different mathematical problems in numerical method course. So what are advantages? Yes, easy to use. That means you can use this software easily. The programming language is very simple compared to like C, Fortran. Like suppose in C program, you have to mention void main, then you have to write other line very carefully. If you mistake somewhere, that code won't be work anymore. But in this but MATLAB software, like in this MATLAB software, you can write a code very simple, in very simple language, in very simple language. So I will show you how this software works after writing a code and running it. So independent platform. So what is about independent platform? So somewhere you can see predefined function. So what is a predefined function? What is a predefined function? A predefined function, like some function you can define earlier according to your way. That means this way is nothing but you should follow the instruction. That means you can choose a variable name according to your choice. So suppose you have a function y equal to x squared plus 2x minus 1. So how do you construct this function? How do you construct this function? So suppose this function can be constructed in these new script or command window. Like in NumeScript, you can write this function like this. Suppose this is a function that can be written x, then cap 2, then plus 2 times x minus 1. So you already construct this function in the code. This is a code. Okay. So you can easily apply these function for further calculation. It could be like this. So if you would like to find functional value for a specific x value, so how do you get it? So you can write here like this. So this is another variable name. You can write solution instead of result. It's up to you. So this is an independent platform. You can construct the given function in different way. You can store these constructed function in your chosen variable name. So how do you find this functional value for any specific x value? Suppose x equal to at x equal to 2, I will ask you to find y value. At x equal to 2, I ask you to find y value. So how do you solve this problem to write a code in this MATLAB software? So at first you have to make or construct the function like this. So you can store this function in variable name fun. You can choose only f. It's up to you. So x square plus 2 times x minus 1. So how do we get y value at x equal to 2? So you have to call this variable, because in this variable you already stored the function. So you have to call this variable, then you have to mention here x value. Suppose x equal to 2, because you see here x equal to 2. Then you can get the required outcome. Then if you would like to get outcome numerically, that means if you would like to find the outcome with decimal places, so how do you find it? So in that case, you have to write here eval command. So I will show you later. So next thing, this is device independent plotting. So what is about independent plotting? So if you want, you can plot the getting outcomes or data in 2D, in 3D. You can use a color. You can organize your data in your way. Like, let me tell you. Suppose z equal to x square plus y square. This is a function. So here you have to write a code to solve these function. That means suppose I would like to find x, y, z value. I need to know the geometry of this function. So here you see how many variables exist here, x, y, isn't it? And by substituting x and y value, you can get z value, isn't it? So how do we get it, and how many variable values we will get? We can get x value, we can get y value, we can get z value. So we don't know the value of x, y, isn't it? You don't know the value of x, y. So you have to define what is about x data or x value. So you can mention x value that start from 0 and it will end exactly 10. Then you can define y value like this: 2 times x. That means these x scale already defined earlier, and y scale is twice times of x scale. So you can easily do next operation like this: z equal to x cap 2 plus y cap 2. That means you can get x value from here, y value from here, and z value from here. And you can store these x, y, z value in new variable. Suppose v is a new variable, and you can store this x value by using x transpose, y transpose, and z transpose. So what is the uses of X transpose? The uses of X transpose means you can store this X data in column wise. That means you get X value like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it will continue till 10. And since you use only one clone between initial and ending value of X, that means these X data is increased with 1 only. Okay, so what is about Y value? Y value will be 2 times X. So what will be the Y value? 2. Okay, let me write it down here. I think so. I need to open new page. Just give me a couple of seconds. Okay, where exactly? Yeah, we are here. So according to this code, we already got X. This is equal to, I think it will start from 0 exactly, because I mentioned here X value that start from 0 and it will end exactly 10. So let me write this problem here. So I would like to find the geometry or graph of this function in 3D. Okay, and I mention here x equal to initial x value, this is 0, and ending x value, this is 10. And I don't mention here y scale, but if you get somewhere y scale is like this: 2 times x. Then how do we get x, y, z data, and how do we plot these on in 3D? Suppose this is your x-axis and this is your y-axis and this is your z-axis. So x value start from 0, it will end exactly 10, and based on these x scaling, you have to calculate y scale or y value. How do we get it? So suppose you have x value. What it is? You can write x value like this. This is a code, okay? X naught, this is initial x value. Then if you write ending x value, this is 10. So what do we get? What is the meaning of this line in the code? The meaning is you can get x data or x values that start from 0 and x value will increase with 1. So we have 0 value, then 1, then 2, then 3, and it will continue till 10. So you get here y value. You get y value from this relation y equal to 2 times x. So you can write here y equal to 2 times x. So what will be the y value? What will be the y value? 0, 2, 4, 6, and it will continue till 20. That means this is y scale. So you have several values between 0 and 20. You have several x values between 0 and 10. So based on these x and y value, you will get z value, isn't it? So how do you calculate z value? Suppose z equal to, so since you have the z function x square plus y square, just let me write it down here. X square plus y cap square. Okay, so what is about z value? So based on these x and y value, you will get z value. So next step was, I wrote here v equal to third bracket. Okay, let me, you have a result. So you can mention, you can choose any variable name. I wrote here v. If you want, you can wrote here solution. So here you can apply capital S, capital O, capital L, whatever it is. It's up to you because this is a variable name. And remember, variable name, you can't use any variable name as a file name. Alright? You can't use any symbol variable name as a file name. I'll show you. So solution, this is equal to x transpose y transpose z transpose. So when you see this transpose symbol is used here, that means you get all x, y, z data respectively in column wise. So look at here. In first column, you get x data. This is second column, right? So in this second column, you get all y data in column wise, and in third column, you get all z data for respected x and y value. Is it clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
So next, this was a graphical user interface. And yes, independent plotting, isn't it? So what it is, independent plotting. So suppose you would like to plot x and y data. You don't need to plot, you don't need to analyze x and y relation. You need to analyze only y and z relation, like how these z data changes with y value. So how do you plot or analyze these graph? Suppose you would like to know, if we change y value only, how this z value will change. So look at here. In that case, you can apply plot command. This P is in a small letter, LOT. So you already see these are all in a small letter. So plot, if you would like to find Y and Z value, how Z function will change with respect to y value. So you can apply plot y comma z to get the graph in 2D. So if you write this command, then you can get y variable in horizontal axis and z variable in vertical axis. So for each y value, you will get z value. Suppose y equal to 0, and what do you get? Z equal to also 0. So this is one point. So look at here, x equal to 1, y equal to 2. So what will be the z value? 5, isn't it? So suppose this is your 1. So for y equal to 1, you get z equal to 5. Suppose 5 is here. So this is the point 1 comma 5. So the graph look like. So suppose this will be a graph based on these getting point. That means y value and z value. Suppose you see here y equal to 4. So what will be the z value? 2 square plus 4 square. So you will get z equal to 20. So suppose for y equal to 4, so 1, 2, 3, suppose here this is 4. So for y equal to 4, you get 20 value. The value of z is 20. Suppose here this is 20. So this is another point. So this curve is increased, isn't it? That means this curve is increased like this. So you can get the pattern of z function with respect to y. If you would like to get the relation or relation between x and y, so how do we plot it? Plot x comma y. So how it works? You get x variable in horizontal axis and you get y data in vertical axis. And since these y value, it has been changed with twice times, that means you get like for x equal to 0, you get 0 value y. So for x equal to 1, you get y equal to 2, this value. So that means you get a straight line that passes through origin based on this x data, because you see x equal to 0. So since y equal to 2 times x, so you should get y equal to 0. So you get the relation between x and y. So you can modify these graphical representation by mention the line style with color. So suppose you would like to get these straight line in red color. So how do you modify it? X comma y comma, inside this inverted comma you have to write or mention the curve style, suppose 0 or O. So you can use here a star if you want, though you can get a star instead of a straight line. Then if you would like to get a red color curve, so you have to mention here R. R defines the red color, Y defines yellow color, B defines black color. So you can plot required result by writing a code in this software easily. So these are the application of this software. So you can easily control design. You can design communications according to your interest. You can easily measure the data. You can easily, like, how do you measure data? Like, if you solve any problems, you will get outcomes as a result. So this is numerical outcomes. So if you solve these problem analytically, you will get very close result. So you can get the difference between analytical result and numerical result. So you can find the error. So when error will minimum, that means your outcomes will more appropriate or accurate. Then you can do image processing by writing a code in this software. It's very easy. You have to write a code here. You have to mention the scale. You have to predict the center. You have to predict the boundary. Then you can get the data from these images. It could be any image. It could be your face. It could be your selected picture. So next you can get, yeah, you see here what is about financial modeling and analysis. What type of application it is. So suppose, okay, consider you already know weather apps. You already know about weather apps, isn't it? You can easily predict like what will be the weather in tomorrow. Is it cloudy or is it rainy or is it sunny? What type of day it will be? So if you go to weather apps, then these apps gives you information about tomorrow weather. So in these apps, mathematical model has been used. So suppose you have three weather apps, three types. They are different. But if you look at, you see different weather apps gives you different result. Although they are close, almost, but they have some difference. So which one you would like to use? Suppose one app gives you information tomorrow will be heavy rainy day. Another app gives you information about whether tomorrow will be cloudy. So which one you would like to use? Which one will be very useful?
More accurate one.
Exactly. So you can easily make a mathematical model to predict numerical result in, like, just close to very accurate data, so that you can yeah, you can sell this on. It's for business purpose. Different industry, different company hire your mathematical model. They can apply this model in their respective field so that they can easily get more profit. Now come to this case. Here you see basic command. So if you would like to write any code in this software, so you have to know basic idea to write or apply this language, because you already know this is a programming language. So at beginning, I would like to show you the feature of MATLAB software. So just give me a couple of seconds. Yeah. So when you install these MATLAB software, you can get this icon, this type of icon. So when you click on it, then you can see exactly this feature, this one. Just give me a couple of seconds. Yeah, this one. Okay. Can you see this page that I shared with you? So when you
Yes.
open this MATLAB software, you can get command window, you can get workspace. Since I didn't write anything here, so no line has been shown here or visible. That's it. So this is empty page, command window, because I didn't write anything here right now. I will write something here. So be patient. I will show you how this command window works. Next, this is workspace. So all variable names, all defined variable values, all outcomes. After running the program, you can see these are stored in workspace. Suppose I write here x equal to 10, then y equal to 4, and I would like to do some operation x cap square plus y cap cube. So when you press enter, then in command window this program already executed. If you press enter in command window after writing any code. So look at here. In workspace, you see X is stored, Y is stored, and Z is also stored, right? That means all variables outcomes has been stored in workspace. So if you write more line here, so it will be like you will get outcomes according to write your code. Suppose x1, this is equal to 2 times pi. So if you press enter sign, then you can get x1 value. This is equal to 6.2832. So if you don't use this clone sign, if you don't use clone sign, you can get the result directly here, just next to this line. So do you understand what is the uses of semicolon?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, one thing is here, like in command window, when you just write new line, you will get new result. That means updated result. So you can't use previous code. You can't use previous line here. Suppose if I write here z1, this is equal to 2, you get here z1 equal to 20. Why you get here z equal to 20? Because you already mentioned earlier x equal to 10. So you can get here z1 equal to 20 because you write here, you just give direction or command z1 equal to 2 times x. You give command to the software to do multiplication operation between 2 and x. That's why you get this result. But you can't apply, like if you close this software today, like just cancel it. You don't need to write or read something here today. Just close it. You think, okay, next time, that means next day or the day after tomorrow or the later, I will practice some problem here. So if you close it, then all data has been erased if you apply CLC. Somehow you just write CLC, so it's all gone. But if you write more code, so you can get, like, these code will be long. Sometimes you need to modify somewhere in a specific problem. So is it possible to find your required problem quickly if you had more lines in command window? You have to drag it and you have to find, so it takes a long time, it kills your time. So how do you solve this problem? You can open new page and you can write code here. So if you store the, like, if you run this on, okay, this has been written, okay, I write this code in new page. So do I do run this code? Yes, I am able to run this code, but you have to save this file before run it. So look at this command. So this file should be saved by a name. So remember, you can't save this file by any name that has been used already inside this code. Like you can't choose x as a file name. If you choose it, then after run this code, it won't give you correct answer. Even it won't be open sometimes. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So remember. So suppose I save this file. So look at here. In this current folder, you already saved this code new in the name of new one. Okay, so come to this point. So look at here, x equal to 10, y equal to 3 that I mentioned, and z equal to 2 times x and 4 times y. So what is about, what it is? X4. So this software couldn't predict what is X4 because I didn't mention earlier X4. That's why these error message visible. So suppose I use here 4 equal to 7, then see, you can't see any error message right now. you get the answer. Suppose you avoid to write semicolon here because you would like to get answer directly. So answer is 42. So suppose you would like to display this answer directly. So how do we display it? You have to apply DISP command to display the outcome or result after doing the operation that you already provided to do in this software. Okay, so how do we display this value? Look at here, same value, right? This value is displayed. Okay, look at here. So now you get updated results. That means somewhere you can, if you want, you can do modify. And when you use these three commands, then you will always get updated value. You won't see any previous outcome in command window. So suppose you would like to display X. So how do you find it? Look at here. This is Z value, this is X value. Do you understand?
ম্যাম এই
Yes.
জায়গাটা একটু আরেকবার
Yeah. So here you can easily see these result or outcome in command window if you use display command. Display, that means outcome will be visible in command window directly. Suppose you see, okay, this is the outcome Z, isn't it? We know this is the outcome. So if you avoid or if you don't use semicolon here, you can see outcome directly in command window. Look at here, Z equal to 42. But sometimes you have to do or you have to incorporate more lines according to the problem or according to the requirement of the examiner. Suppose I ask you to do more operation like RES2 L3 result. This is equal to Z. Okay, this is equal to exponential of Z. Like to know this exponential of Z value. That means after doing this calculation, you have to apply these value again to do further calculation. So how do we find these exponential of Z value? So you can apply here semicolon to separate next line. Then you can apply display of result. So what do you get? You will get this outcome. That means all line is executed and later you will get the outcome in command window directly if you apply display command. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh. Now come to this, okay, here. So you already know what is about command window, what is about new script, how do we save any file, and how do we find the saved file from here. So if you go to open, suppose you click open. So you already know where exactly you stored some file, so you can easily predict it. Now come to this page. So you see here built-in function. Okay, I already yeah, this is pi, isn't it? Suppose you would like to find, or you would like to find the value of 2 times pi. So suppose in the question I can ask you, okay, just give me a couple of seconds. I need to open new page. Okay, suppose I ask you to calculate this function y equal to 2 times pi. Sorry, 2 times pi. I would like to know y equal to 2 times pi. So how do you incorporate or amplify this line in your code? So in this code, you have to write this y equal to 2 times pi like this. Y equal to 2 times a small p, a small I, then first bracket. Alright, so is it clear to you how do we incorporate pi in code? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sometimes you can say ln e. Sometimes you have to find ln base 10, so you can get somewhere log base 10, log base 10, 5. So how do we write these logarithmic function in the code? So when you have base is different of the logarithmic term, so you logarithmic function, so you have to mention base at um, in your code. So how do you write this one? Suppose you would like to find log logarithmic 5 base 10. So how do you find it? So you have to write this one in this way, log, then you have to write 10, this is base, then you have to write this number here, and you will get the answer. If you don't use these base, so you will get natural logarithmic value that has been given here. So this format is used to define natural logarithm ln, and this format is used for log base 10 format. And for percentage, you already know what is the uses of percentage sign, what it is. You can apply this percent symbol to write any comment, like come to this problem. So suppose this one. Okay, so A is a column vector. and these are the element 1, 3, 2. A is a column vector. It has element 1, 3, 2. So you can write any column vector in this way. And what is the uses of percentage? This is percentage, isn't it? This percentage, here you can apply percentage symbol to write a write a comment. So what you have seen here? Do sometimes we forget because I write more lines here. So if I would like to write somewhere any comment, like what is the meaning of it, what we have done here, so we can use this percentage symbol to write any comment. So we would like to represent or insert or write, we can write a code to represent a column vector. So A is a column vector. That means by using percentage symbol, you can write a comment that is very useful to predict what we have done exactly here, isn't it? So look at here. If we run this program, then you can get this column vector A. So how do you incorporate any column vector in your code? So you have to write the element in a variable by using third bracket and by using semicolon to separate these elements from each other. Like you have to write at beginning the elements of this column vector, then you have to apply semicolon to separate these elements from each other, then close you have to enclose these elements by applying third bracket. If you apply here first bracket, look at let's see what we will get. See, unbalanced or unexpected parenthesis or bracket. That means I did wrong here. So we should back to line number 14. So this is now line number 14, and here we should check, did I do any mistake here or not? So let me run this program. Now it works. That means I am able to incorporate a column vector in this code. So these are the very basic in MATLAB software by using like a language. That's it. Now you see what is the uses of clone. What is the uses of semicolon? You already know the uses of semicolon, isn't it? Then what is the uses of clone? You can use this clone symbol to generate a vector with interval 1. So x value start from 1, so it could be start from 0. That is no problem at all. Suppose this x value start from 0 and the ending value is 5. So what is the purpose here? So we have to generate a vector with interval 1. That means initial value of x will be 0, next value of x will be 1, next value of x will be 2, and it will continue till getting 5. So what is the uses of linear space? So linear space is another command to generate n values. So here you can define how many x value you would like to generate. So what is the command? So linear space, then you have to use first bracket, and inside this first bracket you have to insert initial value. This b defines ending value, and this n defines number of, like, how many numbers you would like to generate. So these are the outcomes or results after applying these linear space command. So come to here. So if you go through this code, then I will show you, I will show you how this linear space works. So look at here. No, not exactly this one. I will show you this one later. Come to this point. Suppose you would like to generate these x value. Initial value of x is 0 and ending value of x is 10. So what will be the outcome? Let's see what will be the outcome. If you run this code, then you can see these generated x value. X value start from 0 and it will end exactly 10. And what is the difference between initial value and next to x value? This is 1. So you can see here x value is increased with 1. And if you apply this command, like if you write this code like this, if you write initial value, then clone, then the interval value, that means what is the difference between initial x and next x value, then you have to insert here ending value of x. So in that case you will get x value, but what will be the interval between two x value? Let's see. I need to um, okay, look at here. Look at here. So this is x value. Here I didn't apply interval value. X equal to 0, clone 10. I didn't apply any difference between two x value. But in next line, you see I use here 2 next to clone sign, and here this is the pattern like this. Let's see. Okay, let me write it down. Okay. So suppose initial value, then you have to write interval, then clone, and then you have to write ending value of x. So this is the pattern. Okay, so if you define here what will be the difference between two x value, then you will get this one. So I defined here difference between two x value is 2. So if you insert here uh, 5, so how many x value you get? Look at here, x1. This is the variable x1, isn't it? Look at the outcome. X1 equal to 0, then 5, then 10. That means you will get only 3 x value. So how about the uses of like how do we use linear space? That means what is the application of linear space? So suppose x3, this is equal to SPSCE, then you can define here how many number you would like to generate. Suppose you would like to generate 3 number that start from 0, then ending value is 10, and you would like to get only 3 value. So let me write it down here, 3. Let's see what do we get. Look at here, x3, this is equal to 0, 5, 10, because I would like to get only 3 x values, no more. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. So please try to solve these specific problems like that I have seen here and already mentioned here as like a code. So you can practice. You have to play to write this code. Then you will understand how this code works. So suppose a printf command. So look at here, a printf. I already shown to you what is the uses of display command. So a printf and display, they have same works. That means they works same way. If you apply display command, then you can see outcome in your command window. If you apply a printf command, then you will see same outcome in command window. That means the function of display and a printf are same. So now come to this example. Here you have to plot. Suppose you have to plot y equal to sin x, this function. So how do we plot it? How do we plot it? So do you know x value? Exactly not. So you have to define x value at the beginning. Otherwise, this software won't be able to predict what is about x. So you have to mention x value. So this is defined here. That means here you already see the x value has been generated. So x value start from 0 and end exactly 2, and this is the interval value. That means the difference between initial x value and next x value is 0.5. So next you can write or construct this function in this way, y equal to sin of x. Alright, next you can apply a printf command or display command to display these x and sin of x, because you write here x and sin x. You would like to display these x and sin x. So if you avoid these a printf command and if you avoid these line, then you won't see x and sin of x in your command window. Then after doing this calculation, this software gives you x and y value. These x prime, these gives you transpose of x value. That means you get x value in column wise. That is stored in z variable. So if you would like to plot this x and y value, so you have to apply plot command. So you can easily plot x and y value. All right. I think, yeah, so please try to apply this code. If you have any problem, then let me know. So in next class, I will discuss with you how do we construct any function in command window, and if we would like to construct any function in new script, so how do we write this code. Okay, so please try to play this code to, yeah, and try to play with this software by writing this code. Okay, just try to play it. Just think about it, this is a game. So just write it down in your install software and have a look what you will get after writing the code and after running it. Okay?
Ma'am.
Yes, please. Yep. The class is nearly can leave message from your student ID. Then we can fix time to communicate. Yeah, and try to solve it out your problem. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
thank you so much. Thank you everyone. So see you next class. All the best. So please
Assalamualaikum,
leave
ma'am.
this class as
Ma'am,
fast as
Assalamualaikum,
possible.
ma'am.